But first tonight at 6, Fitchburg police say a driver could face homicide charges after driving away from a traffic stop and taking the officer with him.
So we don't know if the officer was trying to hold on to that vehicle or if he simply couldn't pull himself away. Good evening, I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. It all unfolded just a few miles from the Beltline at Fish Hatchery Road in Fitchburg after 10 o'clock this morning. Police made a traffic stop in the 1900 block of Pike Drive, which ended about 1 block later near Greenway Cross and Fish Hatch. And that's where News 3's Andy Choi is live with the latest. Andy.
Sarah and Eric, the drivers out here on Fish Hatchery may not consider a city block to be a very long distance, but when you consider being dragged outside of a vehicle at a high rate of speed, several hundred feet beyond that orange construction zone sign, a city block becomes an eternity. All of that unfolding as Fitchburg police search for a 16-year-old driver with outstanding warrants.
As one of the officers tried to take the subject into custody, they were in a vehicle, they started to drive away, and the officer appears at this point in time to have been drugged. And the officer, I'm happy to report, has non-life-threatening injuries, at least the preliminary evaluation.
After dragging the officer, the driver of this red vehicle parked his car just off Fish Hatchery and Greenway Cross and took off on a short foot chase before officers caught up to him.
Clearly, we'll look at what the subject was wanted for, obviously, that led us to want to take him into custody, and then we'll take a look at the nature of his actions here today, and we'll evaluate for charges. I mean, we may have potentially an attempted homicide charge, but depending on what his actions were.
And late this afternoon, Fitchburg police released new details about exactly how that officer was dragged. It appears as though the driver lifted his window up as the officer had his arm in the car. 450 feet went by before the officer was able to pull himself away. That officer, Jay Wilson, is a 27-year veteran of Fitchburg police. Meanwhile, the 16-year-old driver has been taken into custody, faces first-degree reckless endangering safety charges, as well as resisting an officer.
All right, Andy Choi reporting live at Fitchburg tonight. Andy, thank you very much.